Welcome to The Voiceover with your host, Dee Foster III, where we discuss relevant topics that affect the culture with bold, independent commentary. Get ready to be inspired, enlightened, and encouraged.
It's Friday somewhere, and it's time for the Voiceover Now podcast with your host, Dee Foster III, CEO and President of Wake Up Global Networks. Listen, you know the spiel at the beginning. Listen, it's Friday. We do it straight, no chaser. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, follow. This is going to be a very special podcast where we have 3 generations of mothers bringing you wisdom. Happy Mother's Day weekend to you. I know it's off and it's popping. If it's up and it's, it's off and it's popping. I want to say follow us on our social media. You can go to our website, www.wakeupglobalnetworks.com, www.wakeupglobalnetworks.com. Now, I want to say, though I have a special show today, I've not forgotten the show with Kanye, A Cry for Help or A Cry for Attention. It's getting deeper, and I can't wait to get back so we can further discuss this. Also, on my Patreon, go to my Patreon if you want podcasts and shows that are not uploaded on our regular YouTube channel, which is Wake Up Global Media on YouTube. You can go to our website and understand and get information of how you can become a Patreon follower. There's so many benefits. I'm going to enhance my Patreon. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do an expose on this controversial movie. Why does everything with church people have to be controversial? Why does everything, I'm talking about Sinners with Michael B. Jordan. Now, I must say, I'm going to say, and I'm going to give you a prelude. I loved the movie. It was telling a story. And I mean, you can weave into anything which you want to weave into it. I mean, you can look at the devil in anything. I mean, the devil comes in cartoons. The devil comes in soap operas. But, you know, we pick and we choose. But that's okay. I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to do an expose on Sinners. And that's going to be strictly on my Patreon, along with my latest called The Death of a Pope in the Future of the Catholic Church. You can get all of that on my Patreon. But today, I want to say Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day weekend. You are deserving of every single thing that you get. I thought it not robbery to bring a discussion to the Voiceover Now podcast that personally I cannot bring, and that is wisdom in motherhood. So I decided to bring on 3 generations of mothers, Connie, Veronica, and of course, Nakisha. And they're going to be discussing with you their experiences and some wisdom of mothers. That's right. I believe that God's greatest gift besides Jesus is the gift of mothers. Listen, I want you to tune into this, and I'll be right back after.
And welcome back to the Voice Over Now podcast. I'm your host, V, sitting in for D. Foster III. If you want real relevant information, then tune in, like, share, and follow the Voice Over podcast at WPBmedianetworks.com. So this is Mother's Day weekend coming up. And you know, we always love to talk about how great our mothers are. How mothers are so beautiful. And in the restaurant, you can't even get a table because Mother's Day is a popular day. But you know what? Sometimes it's good we got Mother's Day because sometimes mothers don't really be with their kids. And sometimes Mother's Day might be the only day they get to be with them. You know? You know, because for various reasons, sometimes mothers and daughters and mothers and sons, they don't get along. You know, it's like we can have disagreements, failure to communicate, feeling defensive, unhealed trauma, unspoken words, and they hold us. And we sit with family members holding all of that pain. And we won't have the hard, honest conversation. And I'm just here to have some real honest conversation with you today about mothers, the realness of mothers. So, ladies,
I was going to jump right in there and say, you see her first house. I'm going to have a conversation with these two women sitting here. But no, I'm just starting breaking ice. Yes, thank you for saying that, man. We have been having some real conversations for the last how many years?
A lot of years.
And I can safely say that they are very beneficial, but very difficult. Some of them are very difficult because we're after COVID. I mean, what can you hide? What after COVID?
you have been exposed.
What is a mother? A mother is not just a mother after COVID. She a woman. She a girl. She's a
superstar.
She's a COVID woman.
Yes, she is.
She was a teacher. She was at work and
excuse me, yes. And I have a mom who worked really hard. We are like generations of working mothers. So I was the mother who said, I'm gonna just take that job that might not pay as much, but I don't want my kids home by themselves, because that was one of the things that my mother had to do, and it did not make her happy at all. And I know that. I know that it was in my best interest and her best interest and my sister's best interest. But sometimes we have to do really hard things for the best interest of the family.
And that's true, because it was the same with me. My children were persons that had the key.
latchkey.
They were latchkey.
We are generation latchkey.
Yes, they were latchkey. They had to
Patterns.
learn. They had to learn how to prepare a meal for themselves. Watch out for each other.
We fought a lot.
Oh yes, they did. They
That's
broke
probably
a
why
lot
she
of
wanted to
things
watch
too
my
in the
sister.
house. They broke. In fact, they broke a marble top table. Yes.
Did
No.
they?
Her sister. She did karate on it.
But that was after we had stood on it for years and used the brush and sang into it. It was the stage. It was in the basement.
I had a mirror stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was the mother who had to come home and not only cook, clean, cut the grass, and play a game.
And we loved it. Oh, and don't forget, read the 500 Hats of
Oh,
Bartholomew Cubbins.
Yes. I was the mother who had to comfort the child because Daddy said he was going to come pick her up, but he didn't.
Yeah.
And she was crying her heart out. The other one was acting like, I don't care.
Sound like me.
But
Sound like me and my
she
sister.
Me and
really
Tierra.
did.
It was,
You did. I'm current.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. So, motherhood is not easy, let me tell you.
Rewarding, but
Yes.
messy.
Yes.
Rewarding, but a lot of rewarding and emotional. Very emotional. And those emotions can go from, because me and my mother, we could be laughing so hard. And then some days, I'm trying to stick my finger through the wall. Because did you hear her when she said conversations, Ma? You want to bring that back about the unspoken conversations sometimes that have not been had for so long. That when you finally have them, like my favorite with her is, I didn't want you to be me.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, what would have been so bad about that? I think she's awesome. I know she's awesome.
Yeah.
So, but it's just our fear. It's that wasn't even me. That had nothing to do with me. That was her thinking.
And it was looking, you know, I didn't want her to be me. I saw everything that I saw in me that I did not like, I attacked. And now I realize I wasn't looking at her. I was looking in a mirror.
Wow.
And as I was looking in that mirror, I was saying, no, I don't want to make that mistake anymore. I don't want to make that mistake anymore. I got to stop this right now. And that is what I was attacking. It was never about
That's a
her.
good revelation.
It
Wow.
was about me seeing the mirror and seeing the lost little girl in the mirror who wanted everybody to like her and be her friend when she really didn't need that validation. But her mother, who went through the same thing, didn't want her to be like that because I thought that would make her weak and make her a follower. So, yeah, that was one of those conversations that we didn't have until we grew up. She grew up thinking I didn't like her. I grew up thinking she didn't like me.
And it was
Because
a
people would say, yeah, people would say,
misunderstanding.
you look like your mother. I don't look like her. And I was like, wow, she really don't like me.
But I believe that she didn't like my energy because, and I say this all the time, my father, he's from Venus like me. But my mother's from Mars. I know they say men is from Mars, women are from Venus. No.
I was from Mars.
Me and my papa are from Mars. I'm from Venus. And her, she's from Mars. And my little sister, she is from a higher octave of Mars. And then my little sister is from Mercury. Mind, communication, information. So yeah, go figure. She scared me. I think she scares my father still. But anyway, it's just the point that Venus and Mars are not the same. All right, I'm off my soapbox, guys.
Yeah, but you know, even my mother, when growing up, I was a piece of work. Oh, was I a piece of work? And that's how I knew she was a piece of work. But she was a piece of work to the 10th power. I was a piece of work. I would hang out, and then I would say the cab driver got lost, but actually I was out, and my mother actually, you know, my mothers are bloodhounds. Did you know that?
Oh yeah.
Mothers are bloodhounds.
They're seers. They have this empath gift.
Yes.
Without, like, you get it when you become a mom.
Yeah,
I
You
really
do.
believe that
You do.
because my mother could look at my friends, bad apple, Cleaver, Beaver, Haskell.
Oh, yeah! Eddie
Don't
Haskell.
bring them in here. And she don't know what she talking about. A year later, she was right. So
yeah.
Oh yeah.
listen to your mamas. They know some stuff.
That's right. We can just sniff it out.
Some
we
stuff.
know.
They don't know everything.
We know there was a young man that used to come to our house, and I knew he was there by the smell. And I would say, "Hey."
Thank you.
And she would say, "How did you know he was here?"
Mercury.
I
She's from
smelled it.
Mercury.
Well, I mean, when people smell like cheesesteaks, of course we smell them. You know, I mean that, but we're not. So here's the thing. I mean, my mother told me about so many people that I wanted to hang out with and be like, and I used to say, "Ma, you are gonna make me a social misfit."
Oh.
Until I started working in a correctional institution. And a lot of the people I wanted to be with either came through the back gate or they didn't make it at all. And then I realized that, you know what? Even the ones that rejected me, I realized in that moment, rejection sometimes is protection.
Yes, it
And
is. Sometimes it's a good
perfection.
thing.
Yeah. So, you know, when we say listen to your mothers, I know, look, I'm a mother. I get on my children's nerves. I'm also a problem solver. And I feel like as a mother, it is my job to solve their problems. But let me just say this. I found out recently that my cape is crooked. My ass, it shrunk. My tights got a run in them. And my dented ends are too small. And so I'm like this. And instead of looking like Superman, I'm looking like Handyman.
That's right.
So I'm just saying.
You gotta warn though. She's going to the good granny. Trust me. I mean, you get a good super anointing for them grandchildren. So yeah, but because she definitely, you gotta warn for the grandkids.
Yeah, I got one for
it's her
grandchildren.
special people.
But you know what? I think it's, grandmother,
Yes, queendom.
mother. And so
Mother
the
queen.
grandmother is the one that makes the grandchildren feel like they are grand. They
Yes.
are special. They are important.
That is
Because
so
mama
true.
just want them, mama just want them to be good, go to school. Don't eat up everything in the house, and please clean up after yourself. I'm tired.
But you know what? Mothers never got a book, a handy book.
Well, the
Okay?
grandmothers?
But when you become a grandmother, you see so much more.
Oh, grand. Timeless.
So
you step
much.
out of the...
You can kind of step out and you say, oh, aren't they the darlingest little things? What did your mother say to you? Come here, baby.
Yeah, because you could send them home.
Come here. Come come on. Your feelings are, come on, let me pet you out.
I see.
Yeah. Okay, it's okay. It's going to be okay. You know, but when you with that child without that handbook and you don't know what the heck to
Grandpa ain't
do.
have none either. She keep acting like grandmother's got a handbook.
No, but grandmothers have been through it. They have been through the man.
They got a patience. They
Yeah,
got a grace.
your patience, then you know what patience is.
Yes.
When you become a grandmother.
Because
You see things differently. That, oh wow, I see the mistakes that I made.
You do.
And I can admit to them.
yes, you do. That is so true because Desmond broke my heart. Oh, my son, my wonderful son. That's the firstborn. And he said he thought he got sick because his granny wasn't around. And we moved. That's that Glenda, the good grandmother. I mean, I started to see the gentleness of her. Because I never saw it for me. But when unless I really needed it. She would give it to me if I really needed it. But when I saw her with her the first grandson, and then just all of them that came after, and all kids, they always, it's this favorite thing. And no, the first is definitely just different because you're new at something. But when I tell you that all are the favorite, and I see it, all are the favorite in different ways. They just have these different special bonds and connections. And she does that so much more eloquently than she does with the Sibbies. You know me and my Sibbies. I mean, but she good. She
Well,
fair voice
like you said, we ain't getting no handbook.
You right about that.
But when I became a grandmother, I could see, the softer side. I got to be a little more gentle with my grandchildren. It was like being able to pour into them. It was being able to step back and look at them and see, wow, these are just not children. They're human beings.
They're people.
They're
And
people.
by then I ain't know because I'm just a young little thing, little young whippersnapper.
Yeah.
And
I'm thinking he just getting on my nerves so I won't have a boyfriend or something.
Yeah, but we do. We think stuff like that.
And
Oh, come on,
true.
why can't you just go to bed? Just pat me.
That is
Come on,
so
go to
true.
bed, go to bed,
Because
go to
nobody's going
Like
to watch
he
this
really
child.
trying to block my shot.
Right, nobody's going to watch them unless they sleep. So you patting, that little head will go down, the eyes will close, and all of a sudden it'll pop up because that was Veronica.
And her grandson. Desmond.
And her daughter.
I was the
Nikisha.
laid back good one I keep hearing when I talk to the family members from the past.
Yeah, you was laid back, but you was the one that had, you were the one, let me say, you always telling somebody, they can talk the cat off the back of the fish wagon.
Air sign.
You can talk the cat off the back of the fish wagon. So much so, when the cat see another fish wagon, he like, because she might be on there.
Well, that's just...
Because, so when I can too.
Yeah, apple don't fall far from the tree.
Yeah, because my grandmother told me my mother could talk before she could walk, and I believe.
Yeah, she could. She walked
And
and
so
talked
could you.
at 9
Oh,
months.
you never told me that though. But I
And
did
never
have
stopped.
teeth. She told me I had teeth when I
Yeah.
was born.
Yeah.
But, I'm loving this conversation.
Me
because
too.
it's just candid, real relevant. We ain't going nowhere. We're not trying to do script nothing. This is us. And this is what we want everybody to see. The realness of being a parent. And some of the struggles that we go to. But also the gratitude. I have gratitude for the things that my mother was able to pass down to me, that I could pass down to my daughters, that they could pass down to their children.
I like all of them.
So
I know it's weird, but-
we pass down good, we work through. Everything isn't always perfect. But you know what I found out about my family? No matter what, we are always there for one another.
Yes,
And
we are.
perfect for
We
each
are
other,
always there for one another. And you know what? I might not be perfect for you. I might not be perfect for them. But I'm perfect for my family. And Nikki, as you said it, they are perfect for me.
They're perfect.
Yes, perfect.
And we like the kids. I'm not saying it to be funny. Because you see kids in the world. I was with Gavin's daughter today, Gabrielle. And I mean, when I talked to them, every last one of them, they all had their own individuality. They know who they are. They know where they're going. And even if they don't, they're asking us, and we're telling them where we've been. And we have this open dialogue with each other, this safety net that we starting to really like in this family. What I think.
Yeah, you know what?
I hope we encourage you guys to do that.
I would not trade my family for anything.
Yeah.
We are just, people even think sometimes that, wow, you all have nice family. You all are really,
I've heard that a lot.
oh, yes.
And even though we're wonderful, there are lots of other wonderful families that are out there. And you know what? If you got a great family,
Hold on.
hold on. Families, come together. Let me
Yes,
say this.
yes.
Talk to
Talk,
each
talk.
other. Get it out. You know what? Let me say this about
Put
love.
this down.
I may not like what you say to me, but I can digest it. And if I can come back and honestly say, you know what? You were right. Guess what? We are on our way to repair.
Yes.
And let me say
Healing.
this.
Yes.
It is now time to heal
Yes.
the family.
Amen.
Daughters, it is time to talk to mothers.
Yes.
Mothers, it is time to talk to daughters honestly.
Yes,
And Nikki
safely.
said this, and she said, you know what, Mom? I know you were a woman. And that's something that as daughters, we forget our mothers were also women
Yeah.
navigating their own lives. So did
We
they
set the
make
bar high.
mistakes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Did we make mistakes?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how we learn.
That's how we learn. But here's the thing. It is too late when they say, you look just like they sleep. March did a good job on them.
Ashes to ashes and dust
Ashes
to
to
dust.
ashes, dust to dust, because they ain't coming back with
Yeah,
us.
so while we got each other,
While we got each other.
let's have them conversations.
Let's have them. Have them hard conversations. I want to say to you all, thank you.
Thanks
Thank
for hanging
you.
with us.
Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for being with Connie, Ronnie, and Nikki.
Yeah.
We just want to say thanks. We want to say Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
We want to give you a
Yes.
big hug and a
Yes.
big kiss.
Wow.
Bye.
Listen, I couldn't say it like that. I couldn't say it like that. They said it best. I hope you have enjoyed the conversation between Connie, Veronica, and Nakisha, giving you wisdom. And weren't they just real? I mean, I love real, no pretense, real life experiences. Listen, I want to say thank you for your support. I want to say thank you, Veronica. Thank you, Connie. Thank you, Nikisha, for taking your time to bring us on the Voice Over Now such wisdom on this week's podcast. Listen, if you want more information, if you want a copy of it, go to our website, www.wakeupglobalnetworks.com. Listen, I'll be sharing clips on my social media. It's DJ Change 111, DJ Change 111. Feel free to follow me. If you want a glimpse of where we're going, I'm going to start giving glimpses of our podcast so you can just get a taste of what's coming up, a glimpse of the Voice of Hope Connection every Sunday morning at 7 a.m. right here on this platform. And I want to say on behalf of Wake Up Global Networks and all of our entire team, we want to say happy Mother's Day. You are the best. Enjoy it. And God bless. Until next week, this is D. Foster 3 say, you have a voice. Keep lifting it. Peace.
Thank you for being a part of The Voiceover. Please follow us on all of our social media platforms to stay connected to our upcoming shows and guests. Instagram at The Voiceover Radio. Twitter at DPropheticI. That's the letter D, prophetic, EYE. If this show has enriched you in any way, please share The Voiceover among your circle. Until next time, keep allowing your voice to be